Hi guys, it's Keely and today I'm making a video on mental health. I just want to give you some facts about mental health and ways to deal with mental health and how to support people if you know people with mental health. Because recently there's a lot of a stigma attached to mental health and I think it's really important to get a word out there on it to try and support the people with it. So firstly I'm going to start off with some facts about mental health. So 1 in 10 young people will suffer with mental health. Like, so many children are suffering with mental health at the moment and there's not enough support out there to help children who suffer with it. 1 in 10 people who have mental health will face a stigma, and sometimes they find the stigma and the discrimination against them harder to cope with than their actual illness. 8.5% of people don't actually tell their family if they're feeling depressed or if they're having weird experiences such as hearing voices or hallucinations. They won't actually tell their family. But also 28% wait about a year to tell their family, and their family doesn't actually know until they disclose it to them. 1 in 4 young people in Britain will suffer with mental health. They will experience mental health and they will go through troubled times, trauma, and there's not enough support out there to help them when they do. Detentions under the Mental Health Act have increased by 4% this year. And for anyone that don't know what a detention is, that's being put under a section by a mental health team. Police can section you, doctors can section you. That means you'll have to be taken to a mental health psychiatric hospital to receive help. 63% of adults actually know someone with mental health, and it's just hoping that they find a way of being able to not discourage it, but to encourage it, to encourage them to get help, to encourage them to open up so they can receive the best treatment for themselves. Ways of being able to cope with mental health aren't as easy as what they seem for some people. The main thing you need to do is, once you've been given a diagnosis, get as much research on that diagnosis as possible, because you want to know as much information as possible, because if they want to put you on medication, you want to know what you're taking. Be around people who make you happy as well. That's always an important thing. If you're around people who don't make you happy, who make you stressed, make you feel bad, make you feel upset, make your self-esteem low, they're not a good person to be around. Don't depend on your relationships for help though, because a relationship isn't going to always be there. You can't guarantee it's always going to be there for the rest of your life. So people can switch, people can turn, and then your relationship can collapse, and then that's going to put more of a burden on you. Keep trying to motivate yourself. Find ways of being able to get up in the morning and having things to look forward to that will encourage you to try and get help to make you feel better. Find yourself some grounding techniques, such as if you self-harm, put a rubber band on your wrist, and when you feel like it, snap the rubber band on your wrist. You can draw on your body, instead of self-harming and inflicting things on yourself. You can rub ice on your body as well. And if with things like hallucinations and hearing voices, things like listening to music, drawing, wrapping yourself in a blanket so you feel closed and safe. Teach yourself motivation and what actually matters. Tell yourself what will work and what won't work. Don't always go to what you feel is best, because sometimes that isn't what is best. You need to go for the things that are going to help you, not pull you back. And lastly, find distractions. So if you have a hobby like singing, try and find open bar performances. If you play guitar, go along, play your guitar. That's a distraction, right? Perform in front of your school, your class. find distractions, like make new friends, go online and talk to people who are going through the same thing as you. It's really important to help people with mental health as well, because if they feel like they don't have anyone around them to support them, then it's going to make them feel worse and it's going to pull them down. So they need to know that people are around them to support them, and we need to break this stigma, because it's not fair anymore. Money is being cut back on mental health and patients are not getting the help that they need. Loads of patients and loads of service users need to get into hospital to receive the perfect help for them. They need to know what's the right medication for them, but if they don't go into hospital, they're not going to know that. Because they can't always rely on counselling, because your counsellor may be ill, and then if that's a week when you're suffering and hurting a lot and your counsellor's ill, they feel like there's no one there to talk to. Like, yeah, there's Childline and other helplines like Mind and Self-Awareness, but some people don't have the courage to call them. So we need to get the stigma broken, and we need more money in towards mental health, because if people can't get the help, people aren't going to get better, and we're just going to keep losing people that we love. So we need to encourage this, and I think that's really important. So thank you, and please share the awareness.